can be very broad and all can be very general. It can also be very specific at the same time. Mur ahlak, command those who you see worthy, or your companions, or the people you are with, or your family. Kumail, you be the propagator, you become the da'i, and you give them amr. So this is the Amir giving ijazah to Kumail to become Sahib al-Amr in this regard. He says, Mur ahlak an yaruhu fi kasb al-makarim, to try and to make effort and to struggle. Kasb al-makarim is to prepare the groundwork within their souls to cultivate good deeds. The nafs, the spirit, the ruh, the soul, the mind, whatever you give it to, it is like a mazra'a. It is like a field that you harvest and you invest in and you work on, and then the soul or the ruh, it gives you returns. Al-makarim is anything that you do that is good etiquette, good akhlaq, good servitude. People who have been to Hawza, or people who go, you've known, who are good pious people, it is not always the most intelligent one who is successful in life. It is very rare. Most of the ones who are very super intelligent usually don't have the patience to earn things legally. They jump ship and they go the other side. It's not usually the most intelligent ones. It's the most mu'addab ones. It's the ones who have the most adab, the one who know how to speak, the one who know how to interact, the one who know how to hold ground. When they commit, they follow through. It is this adab, because the mu'addab person, the one who has this grounding in his soul, understands that the raziq is not the one sitting in front of me. The raziq is the one in the heavens. The one sahib, the Malik Yawmiddin, he is the raziq. He understands that. The mu'addab shakhs knows how to interact with people, how to communicate with people, how to talk to people, how to mingle with society. Al-adab is something that is more revolting, and I found this in the little years I was in the Hawza. Students, you have a group of students who are very bright, very brilliant, very studious. But the one who the teacher was always in love with is the one who had the softer voice, and the one who had the etiquettes to stand up even his iskalat. In Hawza, when you disagree with something, the only one who's above any ishkal is the ma'soom. And even the ma'soom, Imam Ali, you require a complete lecture or 2 lectures on when Imam Ali tells people how to talk to Imam Ali. Imam Ali says, do not talk to me like you would talk to a king afraid for your life. I'm not the king you think I am. There's a whole tafsil of Imam Ali telling people how to speak and communicate with him. And this is the humility. But then in Hawza, you'd have people making ishkal on the teacher when they've not understood a question. But even the mannerism of how you approach a subject, or how you ask somebody, how you speak to someone, this goes to show the tarbiyah. Forget your parents and give it to you. You have given to yourself. Not everybody is born in an ideal household. Not everybody is born in a household where the father is always available, the mother is always available. There's many restraints. But sometimes a man sits at the door of the Ahlul Bayt and they take tarbiyah from the Ahlul Bayt. Ilm is one thing. Ilm is knowledge. Tarbiyah is something that grows with ilm. Tarbiyah is making sure that the ilm, or the knowledge that you've acquired, it has found a home in the depths of your soul, and it shows and manifests in your actions, in what you do, what you say, how you behave. Ilm is something else, tarbiyah is something else. And the problem today is not a lack of knowledge. In this time and age, and I think we spoke about this in one of the Fajr sessions, because kuch hi chehre hain jo Fajr ki namaz mein nazar aate hain aapka to mashallah se. In one of the Fajr sessions, I've said this before, the problem today is not the lack of knowledge. If you want to learn Jewish art, you can learn Jewish art. If you can learn Christian mysticism, if you want to learn about Sikhism and Jainism and the Hindu Vedas, you'll have schools and institutions. Ilm ki kami nahi hai. Kami is baat ki jo aapne अच्छा सीखा उस पर अमल नहीं किया आपने. To reinforce what you know, what little you know. Somebody asked one of the ulama, and they said, Maulana, give us some nasiha, give us some advice, admonish us, teach us. He says, do what you know to be good and do what you know, avoid what you know to be bad. There's no new information. What he's telling you is, it's not that you don't know something. The idea is you're not practicing what you know. I would challenge and say the problem today is information overload. We know so much, we're confused. Or uski misal is something very similar. People who follow health pages on social media, वो परेशान हो जाते हैं कि अंडा अच्छा है, अंडा बुरा है, अंडा खाना चाहिए, नहीं खाना चाहिए, इससे कोलेस्ट्रॉल. अब वो परेशान हो गया, उसको इतना ज़्यादा पता चल गया, अंडा देख के घबरा रहे कि इसको खाना है, नहीं खाना है, देखना है, क्या करना है इसको. Information overload. This is the same thing. We can have 1,000 lectures on a particular topic over here, but it's just listening, it's just very passive. Active engagement when knowledge starts, when knowledge becomes practice. When knowledge is practiced, that is when you've unlocked the door of knowledge. किताबें याद करने से किताबें आ नहीं जाती. And this is, you know why this is the case? Knowledge is not physical. Knowledge is not stored in the mind or the heart. That is what monkeys do. They imitate. Knowledge is not something you learn and you keep in your mind. That is what parrots do. So how does a human being acquire knowledge? You have to understand that the nature of knowledge is nur. Al-ilmu nurun. Knowledge is nur. So the house of knowledge cannot be a physical place. Noor ko aap madde mein jagah nahi de sakte. Mazrat, this might be dense for after iftar event, but noor ka ghar madda nahi ho sakta. Noor ka ghar mujarrad hai jo aapki ruh hai. Knowledge is not stored in your mind or in your heart or any physical self. Knowledge ka ta'alluq ruh se hai. When does knowledge become something jisko aap muscle memory kehte hain na? Sometimes you do something many times. जो आपने रटा है वो knowledge नहीं है. That is something very similar to parrots. But something that goes beyond the physical and starts affecting the metaphysical self, which is the spirit, that only comes with amal. आप एक चीज़ याद कर लेंगे, वो आपको याद रहेगी, कुछ दिनों में भूल जाएंगे. आप अमल करना शुरू करेंगे, अब it has gone through the physical and it's gone to the spiritual or the metaphysical. So to activate knowledge whereby it affects you and then uplifts you, without practice it is not happening. So the Imam says, Ya Kumail mur ahlik, it's like tell people from your family to strive in pursuit of noble deeds. Akhlaq सीखा जा सकता है. हर बच्चे का वालिद मासूम इमाम नहीं होता और हर मासूम का बेटा मासूम नहीं होता. ज़रूरी नहीं कि नूह के घर से बच्चा निकले तो नूह जैसा हो, और ज़रूरी नहीं है कि खलीफा के घर से बेटा निकले तो खलीफा जैसा हो. सलावत भेज दे मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद. मोहम्मद इब्न अबी बकर मेरा बेटा है. Salamullahi alayhi. He says, O Kumail, instruct your family to strive in pursuing of noble deeds. Why? And to set out in the night to fulfill the needs of those who are sleeping. Imam says, وَيُدْلِجُ فِي حَاجَةٍ مِّن مَنْ هُوَ نَائِمٍ. Imam says, go, people who are resting, who are sleeping, go and help them. Imam is commanding, not Kumail. Kumail, tell your family to do this. Question, Maulana, if I go to this person who's sleeping, he won't know who left the food. उसको कैसे पता चलेगा? The idea, and the Imam is saying this is the instruction for the nafs. This is the instruction. Right now, this is how charity is done. You switch on your camera and now this is your hand. It's unfortunate. This is how charity is done. Like, this, I know this was staged and this was not a realized scenario what was presented, but people do charity and they take pictures of those people. Tomorrow it could have been your mother or sister or brother or father who needs aid. कोई भी हो सकता था. This is how life is at the moment where you are mutamawwil, you have imkaniya, Allah has given you sustenance, and those are the muhtajeen. And it's hayf to call them muhtaj. They're not muhtaj. If you know in this world lives a lover of Imam Ali, you cannot be muhtaj. Because the one who loves Imam Ali loves you how Ali loves you, because you share that love in spirit. It's not physical, it's metaphysical. So the Imam says, go to the one who's sleeping and help them. Because the Imam understands the human nafs. Because the human nafs will tell you, okay, let's wait for him to wake up so he knows where the food came from. Imam says, no, put the food and go. Because the idea is not for him to see, the idea is for him to see. It's for Allah to see what you're doing. And when you get into this practice of helping people out who do not know where charity came from, sometimes they won't know, but it got to them. This will fix something inside your soul. This is treatment you do for yourself. This is how you cure your kibr. This is how you cure your pride. This is how you kill the shaitan that exists within you. By doing acts of help and charity for people who don't know how to return or even say thanks. Because you don't expect it from them. A simple hack of living. A simple hack of living. I'm going to use Hassan as an example. If I do something good for Hassan, Allah yahfadhu, Allah give him a long life, Allah protect his parents. If I do something for Hassan, I expect Hassan to do something nice to me in return. Yes? There's an expectation. And no matter how much Hassan tries, it'll never be as good as what I've done for him. And imagine me and Hassan are not good in terms, inshallah, that never happens. This is dua and this is khutbah. But for argument's sake, this happens. It'll never be enough. And I'll stop doing it for him. But imagine between me and Hassan, I create a buffer. And that buffer is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then my taraf al-mu'amila, the one I deal with, is not Hassan. It's the God of Hassan and myself. So now if Hassan returns anything or does not return anything, my expectation is not from him. So my disappointment never arises from here. My relationship will never be severed with Hassan because my expectation was never there. My rewards function is from Allah then. It will never change my attitude with Hassan after that. Because I give not to him, but through him and it gets to Hassan. This is the problem many times. Maulana Sahib, why don't you go to... We've gone to 100 times, he does not act nicely. Baba, Allah did not say go visit him if he's nice to you. If he was nice to you, you'd go yourself. Allah would not have to say it. The reason Allah is commanding you to go visit someone is because He knows it's difficult. He knows it's difficult, but still go. So if you can have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a buffer in each and every of your human connection and relationship, you've done yourself a favor. There's no expectations from the non-divine. And the divine will never let you down. But it'll help you always. فَوَالَّذِي وَسِعَ سَمْعُهُ الْأَصْوَاتِ. In this, again, like I said, time is short. Imam Ali, every word needs a tafsir. Every word needs special attention. Imam says, go and help the one who is sleeping. فَوَالَّذِي وَسِعَ. And the Imam says, qasam, on Allah. But he does not say Allah the Raziq, Allah the Qawi Muqtadir. He says, فَوَالَّذِي وَسِعَ سَمْعُهُ الْأَصْوَاتِ. The one whose hearing encompasses all hearing, which means your footsteps are not accounted for. When you approach the one sleeping and help him, your footsteps are heard in the heavens. Your footsteps are heard in the heavens. And now this is something the Imam says, and this is what I was talking about, the itlaq. Imam says, ma min ahadin. There is no one. Ma min ahadin. There is no one awda'a qalban surura, who places joy in another's heart. There is no one who places joy in another's heart, illa wa khalaqa Allahu lahu min dhalika sururi lutfa, except that Allah creates for him, the person entering the surur, from that joy a special grace. A lutf of Allah is generated. You have become the ba'ith, the bani of khair, and you've entered joy into someone's heart. He says, you entering this joy, Allah will create a special lutf, exclusive for you. فَإِذَا نَزَلَتْ بِهِ النَّائِبَةِ. When musibah comes for you, when bala comes looking for you, because of what you've done, Jara ilayha kalma'i fi inhidarihi. It passes by you, high water passes from a high place of elevation to a low place of elevation. It passes by you, does not touch you, does not affect you. This is the lutf. Did the Imam mention that the charity has to be from Muslim to Muslim, from Shia to Shia, from Muslim to... Did he say anything? He says, any nafs. Maulana Sahib, can we give it to a Hindu if he needs help? Imam says, if you entering surur in their heart, a marja does not have the jur'ah to say this. And Ayatullah does not have the jur'ah. Only the one who has wilaya of the mulk of La Fatah has the courage to say this. On Ali's authority, enter joy into the hearts of who deserve it. Let me to create the space for you, where Allah's grace will then enter your heart. Ya Ali. حتى يطردها عنه كما طرد غريبة أو تطرد غريبة الإبل. It's like when a strange camel was to see you and walk away because it has no work with you. If a camel knows you, it'll come and stand with you. But if a camel finds out that you are a stranger, does not know you, he'll walk away. He says the bala will walk away from you if you were to help someone and enter surur in their hearts. And this is in teaching. The Imam says the lutf that Allah creates. What is the best ni'mah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? The best ni'mah and the biggest ayah of Allah, the naba'ul azim of Allah, is Imam Ali himself. He says the lutf means when you do good things, when you help people, Allah will open the space for our muhabba to take hold in your wujud, in your being, through which the balas will get removed, the balas will walk away. I was also intending on speaking on another topic. Inshallah, on the 27th, is it, the i'tikaf starts. The 3 days have been announced for i'tikaf. I'tikaf is also a beautiful time of solitude. I shall be visiting those people, or I'll be spending most of my time here anyways, with the mu'takifin. Please look it up. The thawab of i'tikaf is abundant. I'tikaf is a time where you distance yourself from the world. I'tikaf is a time where you've spent your time with people. Now put your phones away, put your transactions away, put your dunya away. Sit in the masjid for at least 3 days. It can be 5 days, 9 days, 10 days, depending on the thing. I don't think you can sit here for 10 days. Lekin you sit here, everyone's worked very hard throughout the month. It's not easy fasting. It's not easy getting up for salat. It's not easy tahajjud Quran. It's not easy. It's a struggle. Man struggles, but the i'tikaf would be the icing on the cake or the cherry on top. Because what it does is, it will give you those 3 days and 2 nights of the detox, the spiritual detox that you need, the cleansing that you need. You remove yourself from society. You're sitting in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And for every instance, I was reading a hadith from the Imam. The Imam told his companion, he says, anytime you enter the masjid, a group of malaika enter with you. This is not for i'tikaf. Anytime you enter a masjid, a group of malaika enter with you. When you sit, they sit with you. Whatever they do, their function is to make istighfar for you for as long as you sit in the masjid. Jab bhi aap masjid mein aate hain, any masjid, a group of malaika is accompanying you. Wherever you sit, they're sitting with you. The whole time you're sitting here, wo istighfar kar rahe hain. And i'tikaf is the best opportunity because it is Shahr Ramadan. Even your sleep is ibadah. You'll be sleeping in the masjid. तो आप सो रहे होंगे आराम से, मलाइका आपके लिए इस्तिग़फ़ार कर रहे हो. इससे ज़्यादा पैसिव इनकम मैंने नहीं देखी कि जिसमें इंसान जो है सवाब इस तरह से कमा रहा हो पैसिवली. लेकिन it's beautiful. So, and there's some masail for i'tikaf as well. It has to be in the Jami'ah Masjid. It can happen here. The thawab of i'tikaf. Whatever rules apply for the muhrim in their ihram also apply for the mu'takif, the one in i'tikaf. To visit somebody who's doing i'tikaf, you get the thawab of umrah as well, even to visit that person. So inshallah, for those who can, the days are convenient. It's a Friday, Saturday and Sunday, if it's possible. I think it will start on Friday Fajr and then it'll end with the Iftaar on Sunday. Again, like I said, I'll be visiting a few times, or I'll be spending most of my time here. Lastly, the Mainstay Foundation, we have a representative, Brother Muhammad, Hafadhahullah, Allah increase in his tawfiqat. I don't say it because he's here. I just say it because to be a volunteer in a charity is a labor of love. And that also comes, most of it comes from self-love, because people don't consider you many times. But Allah watches, and Allah rewards, and Allah answers prayers. Mainstay have this opportunity. Another hadith, in the 24 or 25 years, Imam Ali was not in Khilafa Zahiri, he was not in apparent power. The riwayah says Imam Ali only in Medina dug Medina, yani the extension of Medina, dug 42 wells by his own hand. Digging a well in a place where water is abundant is one thing. To dig a well on his own in a desert where you have to dig deep with their own hands. And the riwayah is interesting. He would come out, and while his hands and his clothes were still wet, because he says, the riwayah says, when the Imam would be digging, all he would hear is Subhanallah. Every time he would hit the shovel on the ground, Subhanallah, 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 Subhanallah. And then all of a sudden you hear Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. And then somebody's like, Imam, what happened? He says, we found water, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. He'd come up, and they said the Imam's sleeves would already be wet, and there'd be mud all over his feet. He'd ask for a pen, he'd ask for something to write down, and he'd start writing the Tawqif Name, that this land is waqf, this well is waqf, and he would write to the fuqara of Hussain. Any well he dug, he says, لِفُقَرَاءِ الْحُسَيْنِ, for those who will be destitute because of the love of Imam Hussain. Allah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Yani in Medina, this is not Kufa, in Medina Imam writes, he says one day there will be people, for the love of Hussain they'll be destitute and they'll be redundant. Not many one would be care for them, but tell them and let them know that Ali 1400, he remembered you. In the sunnah of that, of digging wells, is a sunnah mukhtas to Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam. Digging wells, Mainstay Muhammad has told me that they're working with wells, and this is their project for this year, as there are other projects as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to participate with وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ, whatever Allah has given, whatever we can. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. This is a sizable community, and I know this is a community that always gives, and it has always given for multiple causes, many causes. Brother Muhammad's here as well. He also has a cause. What may be change for you, what you consider to change, to be change in your pocket, may change your aqiba in akhirah. It is change in your pocket, but it has enough power to change your akhirah. So don't consider the change to be just simple change. Whatever you can put towards, you will have to be in a grave tomorrow. The riwayah says it can be a lonely place for those who have been naughty in this life. But this is a good time to redeem. Do something for somebody who won't even know us in this dunya, but in the akhirah, Allah will introduce us. Do something for someone, help somebody out if you can, by providing fresh drinking water. Alhamdulillah, Allah increase in the tawfiqat of this foundation, who've provided you an opportunity. They're doing the hard work. For us, sometimes like Maulana, we don't find a faqir in Birmingham, how do I make kafara? There's many people who are ready to take that burden. It's a burden on yourself. For you to help people, you have to make zahma. Somebody is taking the mas'uliyah of that. He's taking charge of that. He says, you know what, you carry on with your life. Let me take care of this aspect where I'm able to go, find, identify people, and then help them. So not only should we be able to donate, also thank them for doing a kifai wajib. It's like Salat al-Janazah or any other wajib. May Allah increase in the tawfiqat of all those present, increase in the tawfiqat of all those who strive to walk in the feet of the lovers of Ahlul Bayt alayhimu salatu wasalam. May Allah hasten the reappearance of Sahib al-Asri wa Zaman ajalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cause us and make us from his ashab, awan, and those who die in the riqab of the Sahib. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma kun li waliyika al-Hujjat ibn al-Hassan salawatuka alayhi wa ala aba'ih fi hadhihi as-sa'ati wa fi kulli sa'a waliyan wa hafidhan wa qa'idan wa nasira ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى رحم الله من قرأ الفاتحة مسبوقة بالصلاة على محمد وآل محمد. الله
متوجه زيارة. السلام عليك يا نبي الله، السلام عليك يا حبيب الله، السلام عليك يا سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين، السلام عليك يا سيد الوثيين، السلام عليك يا وثي حبيب رب العالمين، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله، السلام عليك على جدك وأبيك وأمك وأخيك، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء، السلام عليك يا معين الضعفاء والفقراء، السلطان العرب والعجام، يا علي بن موسى الرضا، كن شفيعنا وشفيع والدينا في يوم الجزاء. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا صاحب العصر والزمان، سيدي الأمان 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 من فتن الزمان. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن، السلام عليك يا إمامنا وإمام الإنس والجان، عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهورك، وجعلنا من أعوانك وأنصارك وشيعتك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم كل وليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. الله